Okay, great morning. Happy Easter Sunday. And I'm going to pull out some cards and see what we get today for a topic. What is the topic today? What, Mr. Matt? Really? Every time I take out the tarot cards and stuff and I have the bags over here, he has to come and lay on them. I think he's going to be a tarot reader in his next life. Okay, first card out is Stone People. Knowing. Okay. Yes, I was just looking to see if anything was coming up over at the City of Rocks. No electric. They only have 4 spots for electric and stuff, and they are filled up until May. Nothing available until May. Okay. And we have the Sorcerer. And let's pick one more. Grab one from here. Okay. The Sorcerer and Knowing. And last card is New Chapter. New Chapter. Okay, so what we get with this is something new is coming in. If you have been one that's tried to be a sorcerer, that's wanted to manipulate things, you know, it might be now that you're coming into the point of more knowing, more wisdom. Okay, if you've been around long enough, you will see that trying to manipulate things is not the best thing to do. Okay, you wind up getting in problems when you try to manipulate things. The Sorcerer, you know, it usually these things will wind up coming back on you at some point in time. Okay, so you may be trying to manipulate things for a time, and it seems like, you know, you're all good, and but eventually the time is going to come when it's going to come back on you. You know, it's like the people that think that they get into dark things, black magic, etc. Now, when they get into black magic, they think that they've got all this power. But I can tell you what happens in black magic, because I've had ones in India that supposedly black magic. They would run from me. Literally. You know, I have one, I'll tell you the story. I had a student there, and he had a room next to this guy that was supposed to be this doing black tantra stuff, and he had threatened my student. Okay, my student was shaking. He was scared, and, you know, I caught this guy outside, and I told him in no uncertainties, this stops, and it stops now. Okay. You need to quit immediately. And what happened? He ran to the police. She's doing it. I told my student, you see how much power he's got? He's got to run to the police because I confronted him. Now, the thing that they don't understand, when they're doing black magic and they open themselves, okay? Because there's always going to be somebody that's got more power than they do. Eventually, and they think that they can control these demonic spirits. They think they can control this darkness. And that darkness will play around with them for a while and let them think it. But eventually it's going to come back on them. And I can tell you something else too. When they try to do some black magic or nonsense against you, and the way that they do it is plant a seed in your mind. That's the way a lot of that works. But when they can't gain entrance, guess what? And you're like a mirror, it goes back on them. And it goes back on them tenfold. So that's why, Christ says, fear not. If you get into fear, then you open yourselves to this type of manipulation. Okay? You open yourselves to these dark energies. You start playing around with them. And then eventually, they will come back on you. And, eventually you're going to have to deal with the consequences of those actions. So know that there's nothing to fear with them. You just don't open yourself and give it entrance by doing something which opens dark doors. Okay? If you are not opening dark doors, you're not giving it entrance, then you're fine. Okay? Know that, you can be at peace, you can be at rest, and whatever manipulation they try to do with you, okay, that it's going to go back like a mirror on them tenfold, okay? So hopefully somebody's gotten something from this. Again, don't have any fear, but don't open yourself up with drugs, alcohol, illicit sex, those types of things. Don't open the doors to those things where you can get manipulated, okay? Where it dampens down your consciousness, okay? So keep your consciousness clear, okay? Stay in the light, okay? And then you don't have to worry and be in fear of those dark elements. You just don't open the door to them, okay? You don't give them any play. Stay away from Ouija boards and things like that. Don't give it play, okay? So I'm going to leave this here. Much love and light, and I'll see you online.